everybody, Elin here. Today I come to you guys with my book fair haul. So I was on the Gothenburg book fair this past weekend, the last weekend of September, and I bought a little bit more books than I thought I would, and then I also got some books as a sort of review books, and I'm really thankful for all of these books, and the majority of them are signed, which is awesome. And originally I planned to have them in the same haul as, you know, the other books I bought for October, but I realized there will be a shitload of books, so this is just gonna be their own haul, and we're gonna get to it now because I have a lot of books to talk about. I'm gonna count them right now. So there's 14 books. One of them is a sampler and one is a novella or a short story. So you know, it's great, but we're gonna start now. So the first one I have here is a sort of a chapter sampler from a graphic novel. So this is Ve book 2 by Sara Bergmark Elfgen, who's actually one of the very few Swedish authors that I really like have on how to buy list. And this is a graphic novel, has beautiful illustrations, which are made by Carl Jonsson, and obviously I got this sign. So it says to Elin, and then she signed it right here. So this is supposed to be the second and final graphic novel in this series, and I read the first one. I really did enjoy it, and I just needed to get what there was. So this is a very short sampler. I have not read it yet because, well, I just haven't gotten the time yet. But this is supposed to be a graphic novel about Norse mythology, and we meet this girl named Ve, and she sort of had to fight a lot because I don't want to spoil, but there's a lot of fighting and a lot of blood and shit goes down. But I really did enjoy the first one, so I really do look forward to reading this one as well. And I have a short story, and that is Levande Död by Gabriella P. Kjellén. So it's really short. I've heard great things about this one, so I'm obviously looking forward to reading it. And I also managed to get it signed by the author, and it actually says to Tikmik, so you know, that's me. But it's supposed to be about a war that is going on in Sweden, where I live, and there's some experience are taking place to try to create stronger soldiers and also to try to protect the country. But what happens when humans create something that is stronger than humans themselves? So it sounds really good, cool concept that I have heard about before, but hopefully it's original, and I really do like the idea of it, so hopefully I will like it. And then we have 1793 by Niklas Natt och Dag, and is that not the coolest name ever? If you understand Swedish, you'll know why. But this actually won a award that they hand out every year at the book fair, and that award is called Årets Bok, and he actually won. There were 12 nominees, and he was the one that ended up getting the prize. So this is supposed to be sort of a murder mystery, but it is set in 1793, and there's about this king called Gustav III, which is actually a real killer that existed in Sweden at this time, and he actually shot at this ball, and this is supposed to take place a year after that, and they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And then there's a body turning up, and they're trying to figure out who the hell killed this person, who is this person, and it does sound really great. I met the author, I got it signed, which is great, and I really do look forward to reading it. And there's another author, Swedish author, that is on my auto buy list. Is that a word? But that is Mats Strandberg, and by him I bought Sloot. This book actually has sort of a pre-release on the book fair, so we got it a few days early, which is awesome. And I obviously got it signed, and it's dedicated to me as well. Now I have actually a lot of books signed by him, I can say. But this is supposed to be about a character that is 17 years old, and it sort of reminds me a lot about the Adam Silvera book, you know, We Both Die at the End, because in this one everybody's supposed to die in a month. They do know about it, and they know exactly at which time they're supposed to die at the end of the month. and you know, it's about what you want to do with the last few days you have left, and try to figure out who you want to spend it with and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I know about it, but it does sound really cool. And I do always love Strandberg's writing, so hopefully this one will live up to my high expectations. I have 2 books in the same series. So first we have Ödesgudinnans val, which is the first book from Själarnas öden by Caroline Hurtig. I have the price tag still on it, but I'll remove that one. And then I have the second book, which is Månfolkets land, which is book 2 in the same series. So I really do like these covers. They look very dark and mysterious. So all I know about these books are pretty much that there's supposed to be something about souls. They're supposed to be goddesses, and I love that shit. So I really do look forward to reading this series, and hopefully I will like it. And obviously I got them, the struggles. I got them signed and dedicated, both of them, I believe. Yes, so that's great. And also I met Caroline Hurtig at the book fair, and she's really, really nice and funny. So if you have the opportunity to meet her, you should definitely do it. Then I actually ended up buying a very spontaneous kind of purchase. I mean, I didn't plan for it, but just kind of sort of happens, which is the case when you love books. You just kind of sort of happen to buy a book you didn't plan to buy, but you did it anyways. But that is The Odöda by Johan Egerkrans. I have read a book by him before, called Nordiska Gudar, which is about Norse mythology, and this one is supposed to be about undead beings, pretty much. So this is sort of a fact kind of book, and there's about vampires right here, and then it's actually a vampire. So he's actually illustrating these books himself, I believe, and they're really dark and sort of gory, and actually sort of happened to stumble upon when he was signing the books. So obviously I need to buy them because they're really beautiful and they're really interesting as well. But yeah, there's about undead things, so vampires, succubus, banshees, everything cool that's actually in Charmed. So I'm really hyped to read this one, and hopefully we'll have the time to do it soon. Styxmärke by Hana Bleek. This is a middle grade book. It's the first book in the series called Äventyr Sagofallen. We meet Sophia and Leo, and they're actually hunted, and to try to escape from these people hunting them, they actually enter this big tree, but the tree end up closing the opening they went in through, and they end up in this magical world. And this magical world is actually on the brink of getting sort of taken over by this dark force, and it's this black king that's taken over. Sophia and Leo actually gets this mission to try to save the world and obviously the kingdom. So there's a lot of magic, character development, a lot of animals, and I have read this, I really did enjoy it, so I'll definitely continue on with the series. And also Hana Bleek is like the sweetest person ever, so it was really fun buying it. Got this signed and dedicated. And then we have a shitload of review books that I got because that shit is awesome. But we have David drömmer om Dracula by Johanna Glembo and illustrated by Åsa Bergström. So this is obviously a picture book meant for 3 to 6 year olds, but who says a grown-up can't read picture books because it's fun. So this is about... Ow, why do I always hit myself in the face? Books are dangerous. There's beautiful illustrations in this book, but this book is about David, and he actually has nightmares about Dracula coming to get him, and it's pretty much about his mother trying to, together with David, create this story about Dracula that it's not scary and it's not dangerous, and is trying to make it into a fun kind of story so he stops being afraid of Dracula. And I have read this one. It's really beautiful. I really did enjoy it, and if you have kids and you understand Swedish, you should definitely check it out. And actually managed to get it signed and dedicated as well, which is pretty much the answer for most of these books. And then we also have Katalysatorn by Magnus Hägglöf, and this is about the year 2044, so it's set in the future. It's about pretty much when information technology and the population is sort of getting out of hand, and how everything goes out of control after that. And that's pretty much all I know, but it does sound really cool, and I managed to get it signed and dedicated. And then we have the next book. I feel like it's a lot of books. I'm starting to lose my voice soon, I feel like. But then we have Eldens Mörker by Anna Muslin. This is book 3 in Mira's saga. And I have read the previous 2 books. I really did enjoy them. But this is Soo Chief about a world with 3 elves. There's magic, there's princesses and princes, and I really do enjoy this world, and I have really liked the previous books. And I just needed to find out what was going to happen, and I got it signed and dedicated, of course, because you cannot miss an opportunity like that when you have all of the authors right there. But then I also got Skärvor av en brusten värld by Mattias Guldkepp, which is also a really book that I managed to get signed. The author is really nice and helpful, and he described this book as sort of dark and like sort of brutal and very epic fantasy, and it was and his thing was that if I felt like this one was too dark and I needed sort of a break from it, then he thought that I should read this one, which is also a book by him. So this is Konsten att rädda sitt skinn, den ofrivillige hjältens handbok lektion 1 by Mattias Guldkepp, which is also a book I got signed and dedicated. So this is supposed to be more of a funny, comedic kind of fantasy book about a city that sort of floats in the air, and that's like all I know, but it sounds really cool. But I really do look forward to reading both of these because they do sound really cool. And then we'll come to the 14th and final book, and that is Afghans World from Fantastic Gränd, and this is the sort of edition for the book fair in 2018. So this is pretty much from a lot of different authors from a lot of different publishers that sort of go together for Fantastic Gränd, and there's actually different kind of excerpts from different books in this one, so you get to know a little bit about the books, and you can read excerpts from the book, so you can easily decide if you want to get some of the other books and maybe read those. So, but yeah, those are all of the books that I bought or got from the Gothenburg Book Fair. And if you have read any of these books, please let me know down in the comments what you thought about them, without spoiling of course, or if you're interested in reading any of these books, please let me know down below as well, because I'm curious as always. But yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other next time. Bye!